Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Soul here, and today is Monday, February 20th, and we have Hammerman Fleet our Starlight Island. I'm sorry that I couldn't post this video earlier. I was busy today, so I couldn't record this early. So it's about 3:41 on the East Coast, and this is when I'm recording it. So I hope this helps some of you guys if you still have Hammerman still on your device. In any case, I've taken down already stages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the way stages 1 through 6, no, through 5 actually. Using my standard circle base, I'm gonna go quickly through them and show you how it performed and if I did any changes. But essentially, besides moving a rocket launcher, this rocket launcher outside, essentially putting it here on stages through 2 to 4. That's essentially what I did. And then on 6, I essentially moved that rocket launcher in this area. If you're interested in the layout, I'm moving this mine out of the way so you can get a grid view of what the layout is. Feel free to copy this layout if you're interested in it. Hit pause, and yeah, you'll be able to take a screenshot and then duplicate this layout. So let's take a quick look at the different defenses. I run them times 2 so that we're not wasting a lot of time. So again, those of you who watch my circle base, the only main difference is that you can see I decided to deploy today a shock blaster number 3 together with my damage amplifier. As you can see on this stage, I forgot to put them in, so the first stage was kind of messed up. But I wanted to test, to see if with my level defenses, not using a hot pot was a viable option. A few videos back, I showed you that only using either a hot pot or a damage amplifier 3 was enough to beat all stages of Hammerman. I'll link those videos on the upper right corner right now. But yeah, that worked pretty well. And I want to test the shock blaster. It's been a while. I want to say since the hot pot came out, I have not placed a shock blaster on my base. So that is more than 4 or 5 months back. Since I haven't used a shock blaster on my base. I also wanted to test that shock blaster number 3 on my regular defense layout to see how it performs. If I can get more diamonds or less diamonds. As you know, I have a layout which is able to generate me diamonds more than 92% of the time. As a matter of fact, this past 2 days, it has generated diamonds 100% of the times. I had 2 defenses. I generated 18 diamonds and 50 diamonds and 18 intel in 16 defenses total. So that was pretty, pretty good, but that was with the hot pot. I just replaced the shock blaster number 3 today, just this morning. So we'll see how it performs. Now you see on this one, I remember to move the damage amplifier in position and move the shock blaster in position, and now you see that rocket launcher covering the left side, just to prevent any sort of problems with long delay troops that go on the right side, so I can take them out really quickly. So there you see the importance of those buildings in the beach. They wreck whatever, they group the troops, and they make because the troops are grouped, when they walk through the minefield, the minefields are more effective. So this is stage 2. So far it's pretty easy. I'm going to accelerate it because it shouldn't be that problematic at high level. If you're low level, for sure this is going to give you trouble. For sure you're going to have issues with this. Just use this same layout. It's going to work. I promise you, you're going to go to stages 1 to 2 to maybe 3. Stages 4 and 5 are going to be a lot more harder. So you need just power to punch through those defenses. However, if you're using a damage amplifier, you may be able to push through a harder level. All right, so let's take a look now at stage number 3. Again, same layout. I haven't changed anything. You're gonna see again the power of the grouping. All the warriors are gonna group around those buildings. They have no other option, and then they walk as a group, and they get wrecked by the mines. So that's why those buildings are there in that corner. That's the importance of those buildings. So I strongly recommend that you do sort of the same. I mean, if you have a front-loaded base, then this sort of idea is not going to work. But again, my layout, the way it works, it's, divide and conquer. Control the timing of the troops. Control at which point they arrive at your defenses, so that your defenses don't become overwhelmed. So right now, this is pretty much on the back. It's just a bunch of grenadiers and riflemen on that side. I do have this sniper tower. That's a relic of when I was upgrading sniper towers and stuff. But I decided to keep it there. It actually does a pretty good job. It managed to kill most of those riflemen. Actually, I'm gonna repeat that. It kills all the riflemen out, and it kills all of the remaining grenadiers. So yeah, I decided to keep that there. One defense on that corner is not gonna it's not gonna weaken the defenses on that side. And it essentially accelerate the rate at which I clear any troops that decide to go to the right side. So right now we're on stage number 4. Let's take a look at what he brought. He brought grenadiers, riflemen, and warriors. On any setup, the grenadiers are terrible. The worst thing that can happen to any sort of layout. However, with the shock blaster, it actually turns to be not that bad, because the grenadiers are going to stand exactly at that range to start firing at my defenses, or at the economy buildings. So once they clear that building right there, they're going to be walking into the shock blaster range, and they're going to get wrecked. They're going to get wrecked. Essentially, it takes 2 shock blaster shots to actually kill the grenadiers. So there's not a lot that they can do. I mean, at this stage, rocket launchers are deadly, flamethrowers are deadly. Oh, and you'll see, one thing that I forgot is I was upgrading a flamethrower, right? And I had it on the front lines, which is super silly. You don't want to have that. If Hammerman is attacking you with a lot of squishy troops, make sure you have your splash damage defenses, flamethrower, machine gun in the back, arrow machine guns with mortars to help you pow down those squishy troops. If he's bringing you armor or long-range troops, make sure you have your boom cannons, your sniper towers in the front. That is the flexibility of this layout. It's going to allow you to essentially custom tailor it to whatever Hammerman is bringing to you. So you'll see again the importance of that sniper tower. He's going to be able to clear all those grenadiers really easily. I don't think he's one-shotting them. He needs 2 shots to kill them, essentially. But that accelerates the time at which the troops that go on the right side actually get taken down. So one more, and we're gonna be up to par to what I've done. So this is an all rifleman and 1 scorcher attack. Pretty nice. And actually, it just, when I see riflemen or Sukas just walking through the minefields, it just it gives me the creeps, guys, because I like using riflemen, and whenever I see a bunch of riflemen die the way these riflemen are doing, I just cringe. I don't like it. But it gives you some level of satisfaction, because you're killing your enemy in this case, or destroying your enemy. You see how effective those minefields are, especially when the troops get all clustered up. Now the Scorcher is going to be coming soon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there it is. We have a bunch of troops on this side, so we need to ensure that. We don't need to ensure anything else. So, I mean, what my defenses are made to do is that they're going to focus on this side, which is the priority. Now you'll see I moved that rocket launcher. It was originally here, and I moved it to here because I knew there were going to be coming. There were going to be a lot of riflemen coming in, so I needed to essentially kill the stuff that went to the left as soon as I could, so that I can then devote all my defenses to the troops that were going to come on the right side sooner or later. So you see, I clear everything out, and now that shock blaster, all the rocket launcher and the shock launchers, including with the mortar, are just firing at them and just making them feel pain. They're not going to last a lot. They managed to destroy a couple of the defensive buildings and non-defensive buildings, but that was about it. And that's it, guys. We managed to destroy Hammerman stage number 5, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that was the last stage. Now let's take a look at what he's bringing for stage number 6. If I fail, I'll show you the fail, but I'll pause it and then show you the solution. So he's bringing tanks, medics, warriors. I mean, he's bringing the whole shebang. Now the warriors are going to be coming last, and that could be dangerous. I don't have the hot pot to defense against 64 warriors, so I need to make sure that I need to make sure that this guy stays alive as long as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it one click back. That's going to allow me to essentially buy a little bit of more time, ensure that he survives as long as possible to help me kill those warriors. Because if the warriors pass this line of defense, I'm not going to have anything to defend against them. So I'm putting all my eggs on one basket, and let's see how it goes. Alright, so he's targeting the worst thing that he could target. He's targeting my rocket launcher first, which is not good, but let's see. First wave of Sukas and Riflemen, they're all going on the right side. They're gonna get, the majority of them are gonna get wrecked on the minefield, which is good. However, not all the troops, you know, the big majority got wrecked. Sukas are still alive. I think we're doing good time. Here comes the first wave of warriors with the medics. Let's see. Can we destroy those tanks as fast as we can? We need to get rid of them as fast as we can. Otherwise, we are going to be in trouble, guys. Are we in trouble? I think we are, guys. I think we are. Those tanks are still surviving. The shock blaster is reloading now. Warriors are just coming in. I think the shock blaster is gonna come down very soon. He just came down, and I think we just got overwhelmed, guys. We just got overwhelmed on that side. This is the worst thing that could happen. So let's. I don't know if we lost any defenses due to artillery. I wasn't paying attention to that. So I need to make sure that more troops essentially go on the right side. There were too many troops on the right side, and that's essentially what causes the game. So I'm gonna pause the game right here. I'm gonna be back in 1 second of your time and come up with a solution. All right, so I'll be back. All right, guys. So got the win. It was dirty. It was not easy to get. I think it took me 2 tries to get it. First thing is, like, this thing was getting barrage out of the way, and I originally have put it up here, but then place it down here to see if I could get some of the units that went to the right get killed quicker. That didn't end up helping at all. It was just a waste the way it was placed. And I moved some of the shock mines on this area right here. Let me just move one mine out of the way so you can get the idea of the grid. It could be perfected a little bit more. If you're having trouble, start with this and then tweak it a little bit more. Especially the minefield here. You want to tweak this minefield so that it's effective. Nothing gets destroyed with the barrage. That if you end up moving the way I did a defense up here so that it can get targeted. So make sure that every mine is effective and that you can kill the entire first wave, if possible, using the mines. Because that's going to make the warriors that are going to come last go to the right instead of coming to your defenses. Because that was my main trouble. So again, hit pause if you need to hit pause, copy it. Let me show you how we did. All right, so here's the barrage. You see one of the artillery actually killed one of my mines, which is not good. You want to avoid that as much as you can. But this entire wave, if you can get rid of this entire wave using your mines, it's gonna be awesome. The other thing is that the mortar has the undesired effect of pulling everybody out of the direction of the minefield. So then the minefield was even less effective. In any case, if you can kill that first wave that way, that's gonna buy you a lot of time, because the last wave of warriors is gonna definitely go to the right if you do. So Shock Blaster is putting a lot of work. It's on the borderline effective, even with the damage amplifier level 3. At this stage, everything has a lot of health. It takes 3 to 4 Shock Blaster hits to actually get something killed. So yeah, I mean, you have to plan your defenses very, very well. You see that last wave, if that first wave had have been destroyed, would have gone to the right, and this would have been a lot easier. However, that, just peppery of riflemen going left and right just is not good. Defenses are looking left and right. They're not firing fast enough because they're essentially re-engaging every time. So yeah, you want to avoid that if you can. But in any case, at this point, I knew I had won. It was just a matter of slowly picking out the defenses that were still alive. You got the machine gun, you got a rocket launcher, sniper tower, just putting the hurt. Definitely the medics didn't work, didn't help at all on this stage. They were just keeping everything alive a little bit longer than I would have wanted. But, I'm top, boom cannon, I'm top, sniper tower is just OP for against tanks. So here you see the last set of Sukas just coming in and getting destroyed by the rocket launchers and the cannons. So that was stage number 6, guys. It was hard, but it was still doable with the defenses that I had. So let's see if we can defeat stage number 7 live. Let's see what he's going to be bringing to the game. So Sukas, heavies, scorchers, riflemen and tanks. So 9 tanks at the end, which is not bad. A scorcher in the middle of the attack. I don't know which way he's going to go. So hopefully he's going to go left. But there's only one way to find that out. And it is just engaging the defense. Let's see if we can manage to do it. I didn't change anything. I'm going to keep it that way. Hopefully he's not going to use a lot of GBE. However, based on my experience on the past, I know that that's wishful thinking. So there we go, guys. We had about 4 boats of heavies landing there. They are just doing shield work for the Sukas. However, those shock mines were placed just in the right location so that the Sukas, all the Sukas that went on that side, just got wrecked. Now we got the bulk majority of the troops going to the right, guys, and that is not good at all. We want the bulk majority of troops actually going the other way, because that means that we're going to be engaging a lot of troops on the top, and we're not set up for that. But let's see what happens. I mean, there's only one way to figure this out. My device is laggy as hell. Alright, so we have a bunch of riflemen engaging from the top. Where are the tanks coming? There are the tanks. Holy crap-a-doodle. Are we going to be able? Yes, so we got rid of most of the riflemen. Now we need to clear as many of these riflemen. No, we're not going to be able to defeat these guys. Not a chance in hell we're going to be able to defeat this, especially with all the riflemen that we have. Scorchers. Yeah, this base is going to go down. There's no question about it. I mean, if I had the hot pot, yes. I mean, this would have been a win, my eyes closed, because you would have gotten rid of all those riflemen really, really quickly. But just the shock blaster, I mean, it's a single shot defense. I mean, there's nothing else to it. It's just a glorified machine gun, and that's about it. So I'm going to pause the game again and then come back as soon as I have a solution. I expect that this is going to be hard. So I'll be back. All right, so we're back. It didn't take that much, 2 tries if I'm not mistaken, to get the tweaking right. I did a couple things. I'm going to move this mine out of the way so you can get an idea of the grid while I'll talk. Essentially, what I ended up doing was moving the stuff that got GBE'd out of the way, which I then place it up here. I moved some of the mines on the left and on the right, mainly here on the right side, so that when the heavies came in with the scorcher, they would get delayed a little bit by the mine, and most of the riflemen would get killed by the mines. That was sort of the logic behind it. That way I wouldn't have to deal with a lot of DPS on the right side. It would be mostly health. I ended up making some move here on the front lines. It was just moving stuff that got GBE'd out of the way. That was plenty enough for me to allow to essentially allow my defenses to kill whatever went to the left side. So let's take a really quick look. I mean, the sheer number of troops on this stage was insane. But there you see, he starts throwing critters. The first thing is, there was he shocked that boom cannon on the top. and that boom cannon that was getting shot was shocking my shock blaster, which in turn was allowing time for the critters to actually destroy two of the boom cannons, or one of the boom cannons. So there you see stuff that got GBE'd. I moved it out. One recommendation though, if you can actually separate them a little bit more, because sometimes they tend to survive, especially if they're high level, they tend to survive a barrage out. So if you can, you know, get those two defenses to survive, then it's gonna help a little bit. So there we go. The last stage, he landed the Scorchers on the right side. You see, I didn't zoom on that, but most of the riflemen that went on the left side, on the right side, got destroyed. That was and that sort of served the purpose. The last wave, even though he lands in the middle, he's gonna go straight towards the defenses, and all the combination of the shock blaster, shock launcher, rocket launcher are able to quickly eat through that wave. Now here comes the most difficult part. If you get to here and you have about the same number of defenses, you're close. You just need to optimize it to kill those defenses that are coming, or those attackers that are coming in, because all that's left on the top is just sheer HP. It's just heavies and the Scorcher. Yes, they can do damage, but it's not as much as it was before when I had a bunch of riflemen in there. The top boom cannons are slowly shooing through the tanks. It's unfortunate that this boom cannon is not amped up. On hindsight, I should have moved it and replaced it with the mortar on the top. That way, you know, they could be one-shotting each of those tanks. But in any case, the Scorcher just perished, and the last setup troop did too, and we took down stages 1 through 7 of Hammerman. Not in a one shot. It took me several tries for the last two stages. Let's see. It took me 3 tries for stage number 7 and 2 tries for stage number 6. So a total of 11 tries to get all stages done. But I did it with a shock blaster number 3 and a damage amplifier number 3. So yeah, that's stepping out of my norm. I usually, like I said, I use a hot pot, and that works very well for me. In any case, guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. And you like, please just subscribe if you can. Subscribe and like the video. I also want to thank you, all of you guys. You know, we just reached 560 subscribers. That's really awesome. I really appreciate your vote of confidence, you know, and subscribing to my channel. So guys, thanks again, and solid checking out.